Hola.
Hola. This is our Spanish 7 week 6 video check-in.
Yeah, we're kind of goofy, huh? Okay. So this week we're going to be talking about personal identification questions, which is actually vocab 4. And we have all these questions. So Carrie, or Mrs. McPartland.
I'm Carrie. Okay.
Yeah.
To you. Not
Right. You would
directed.
be a 2 for me, but an usted for the students.
Sí. Okay, so our first question is, ¿Cómo te llamas tú? And it means, what's your name?
We have ¿Cuál es tu nacionalidad? Can't you see that it looks like nation or nationality? And that's what it means. What's your nationality?
¿Dónde vives tú? Is, where do you live?
And if you notice, donde was on the other slide and it means where. So de donde eres tú is where are you from? Like where are you from originally? Did you move here from somewhere?
¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? Is asking, what is your phone number?
And then we have cuál es tu dirección. And the word dirección looks like directions. And you would need directions to someone's address. So cuál es tu dirección just means what's your address. It doesn't talk about directions, but that will help you remember it.
¿Tienes tú hermanos o hermanas means, do you have brothers or sisters? Or, in other words, siblings.
¿Tienes tú un animal doméstico? Means, do you have a domestic animal? Or how we would say, do you have a pet?
¿Cuántos años tienes tú? Is asking how many years do you have? Or, as we say, how old are you?
¿Cuándo es tu cumpleaños? Means, when is your birthday? And you might have heard the song, Cumpleaños Feliz, maybe in your younger years, and that's the happy birthday song.
¿Cuál es tu profesión? Is asking, what is your profession or job? And for you, you're currently a student, so that's considered your profession, estudiante.
¿Qué estudias tú? Is what do you study? Now, I know a lot of you guys study the same thing, but when you get to college and you have a major, seems like a lot of different people have a different major. So in college, this would be a good question. What do you study? So when I was in school, I studied Spanish and French.
¿Qué te gusta hacer? Is asking, what do you like to do? So what activities, what things do you like to do?
¿Cómo eres tú? Is asking, how do you describe yourself? It looks like, how are you? Like, ¿cómo estás tú? But ¿cómo estás tú? Is more, how are you doing today? And ¿cómo eres tú? Is like a description of yourself. So they do look pretty similar.
¿Qué animal prefieres tú? Is asking, what animal do you prefer?
¿Qué color prefieres tú? Is what color do you prefer?
¿Qué comida prefieres tú? Is what food do you prefer? And you might remember comida from the cognates vocab. It was one of the categories was comida, food.
¿Qué deporte prefieres tú? Is what sport do you prefer? And you probably remember deportes was another category on that vocab 1.
¿Qué película prefieres tú? Is what movie do you prefer? And you can remember película is movie because it kind of looks like Dracula, and Dracula is movie. Just kind of a stretch.
Okay, so this is a little different. This is giving you 3 different answers, and you have to figure out which is the best one would be. So, ¿Cómo te llamas tú? Do you think it's yo soy mexicano, yo vivo en Victor, or yo me llamo Juan? Of course it's yo me llamo Juan.
¿Qué clase prefieres tú? Would it be el béisbol, la historia, or Frozen? Clase is class, so it would be history, la historia.
¿Cuántos años tienes tú? You have yo tengo 11 años, yo tengo 14 gatos, Yo tengo un hermano. So if you notice, the word años is in there. So pick the one with años. So that's how old are you? And I'm 11 years old, or I have 11 years.
¿Qué deporte prefieres tú? La pizza, el voleibol, or verde? Deporte kind of looks like sport, and it's asking what sport do you prefer. So a volleyball would be the answer.
¿Qué te gusta hacer? This is a tough question. I always challenge my students to see if they can remember this one because hardly anyone can remember that means what do you like to do. So remember gusta is like. So ¿qué te gusta hacer is what do you like to do? So your choices, yo soy cómico, yo soy de Buffalo, me gusta nadar. And of course, everyone loves to swim. So of course, that's the example. So me gusta nadar. And do you notice how gusta and gusta match from the question and the answer?
¿Cómo eres tú? It's asking a question. And the choices are yo soy deportista, yo vivo en Avon, and me gusta bailar. This one's a little tricky. It looks similar to como estás too. This is the one where it's asking how do you describe yourself. And if you're describing yourself, it's going to start with yo soy, I am. In this case, deportista, athletic.
¿De dónde eres tú? All right, your choices are yo soy americano, yo vivo en Avon, yo soy de Florida. So this one is where are you from originally? So the answer would be yo soy de Florida.
¿Qué color prefieres tú? It's pretty easy to figure out. There are a couple of cognates in that. The answers are el azul, las matemáticas, or la comida china. They're asking about a color, and the answer B, blue.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the assignment for the week. Isn't that so cute? Como te llamas? Make sure you don't pronounce it llamas, right, everyone? So when we click here, we'll open up to our Google Doc, which is our weekly assignment. So right now you're watching the weekly video check-in. Ms. McPhee, you want to talk about number 2?
So we're going to be starting vocab 4. So it's the fourth vocab that you guys have in your binder. It's also online. Remember, you can click on it if you don't have your binder with you. It's also on our Google Classroom. You're going to click to listen to the interview that's attached in your doc, and then you're going to answer questions based on what you heard the person being interviewed say. If you need to listen to it more than once, you can. Make sure that you write out the answers in the space provided, and there are 10 of them.
And you can just answer those in English, right?
Yes,
So
answering in English is fine.
even though it says it in Spanish, you should write what it means in English. Okay, so the next part is Quizlet. And if you notice here, we have 3 things you need to do. There are flashcards, and when you click here, you always have to go to the options. So audio on, answer with English. So what we're going to do is click it open to see it. Took a little while there. And
¿Tienes tú un animal
you need to
doméstico?
make sure that your options are audio on and answer with English, okay? And when you do
¿Tienes
this,
tú un animal doméstico?
it's going to have these in this order, so you have to try to guess what that means. Oops.
Do you have a pet?
Okay. And the first time
¿Cómo te
through, it's
llamas
not
tú?
going to be shuffled, right? So the first time through, it's going to be right in the order of your sheet. So then once you get to 20, it says on your doc to do the shuffle. And then they'll
¿Qué
go in a
animal
different order.
prefieres tú?
Okay. The same thing happens for the answers only. It's a different set. And then when you get to part C, that's a test, which is 33 multiple choice questions, mixing up those 2 Quizlet sets. And you're going to get a score on that. And you're going to type the score here. So putting an X on the line doesn't work. You need to actually tell us what your score was. And you're going to take a screenshot of your score like you did last week. And you're going to try to insert it right here. And if you don't know how to do that, you can click onto this link and it'll show you how to do a screenshot.
And for Mrs. McPartland students, this is new. So the screenshot is something new that I want you to do. So I'm going to have you make sure that you click here. Look to find out how to do this screenshot, and then you're going to insert it here in order to get the credit for that portion of that week's assignment. And then the last thing you're going to do is a Flipgrid. It's using vocab 4. You will find the assignment in Flipgrid, and we're going to link it here. You're going to say 5 statements about yourself from vocab 4 in Spanish. We have examples. Please make sure you look at the responses to see our examples before you decide what to do. You're going to look at vocab 4, decide 5 things you want to say about yourself, and write them in the space here.
In Spanish.
In Spanish. And then once you're set with it, watch our examples again to make sure you get it right. And then you're going to record your own response to the Flipgrid. Also, please make sure that you are putting your response under the correct Flipgrid. Sometimes people get a little mixed up and put responses in random ones. So make sure that you're looking at this week's Flipgrid. You're on the right assignment, and then you're going to just read your sentences into the Flipgrid about yourself. So no questions, just responses. And then make sure that you hit submit, and you have to see the confetti to know that it has been submitted correctly. Okay?
If you want people to see your Flipgrid, if you're proud of your work and you don't mind people seeing it, it kind of helps people through it, just click yes or no. And one last thing is the worksheet. So activity pack, what you're going to do is you're going to do page 11 and page 12, and there's examples. For my students, if you'd like to show, if you're remote, you need to make the Flipgrid to show us, or you could take a photo of it. Some kids just show them in class, but if you want to do that and put that there, it'd be easier for us. Okay?
And my students, Mrs. McPartland students, the remote kids are going to do the insert the images or show me a Flipgrid for those. Okay? So thank you and gracias, and let us know if you have any questions.
Yeah. Gracias. Adios.
Adios.